Black Trans Media is committed to reframing the value and worth of Black trans peoples through community events, through media, through what we're doing right here now, building with folks and sharing the work and the experiences of Black trans folks, putting us at the center of everything.
I'm sorry. My piece is called TRICERATOPS, and it's 3 points of views that people have developed while seeing me in the street or just passing. That's a boy? Nah, that's a boy. Yo, you could tell that's a nigga. Look at his face. Nah, that's a boy. Yo, these niggas in Harlem. She told me that I was beautiful, and I believed her. Even when my baby father told me I wasn't good enough, I believed her, just like I believed her womanhood. Olympia. Baby, that's one of them things there, right? It looked like one of them things. Why it talk funny? Baby, I don't know what's going on in this world. Abominations. Inductees. It was silly on me, not realizing pain is free. Masked by greatness, overshadowed by love. No wonder why we walk around like we got it all. Flaws make us perfect, but we reject it. And see, I turned it. Credentials don't match what most say, but we believe it anyway, because it's spoken. Unbroken and my thoughts subsided to a place where thoughts can bloom. One day, I'll have a grown. Yeah, me, the boy girl, the girl boy. I even love you for caring. And sometimes I think like, fuck the world because they fucked my mother and she fucked me. And I hate the fact you can't see. Better walk a day in my shoes? That's where I be. Forced for active emotions evaporate from growing sour. So as long as I'm sweet, I'll feel unique. And at times it's like, damn, I'm so different, but indifferent. And the world gives me something to smell. Right when I'm about to inhale. Did you find her? It was so cute, kicked through the boot. It's like the test where I am and how fools wondered how I had the power to move and rebuild and believe in me. From under the tall tree that beneath was me, snatched from the roots that breathe relief. Where am I? Thank you.
I'm going to read something that came from the Vagina Monologues. It's called My Outspoken Vagina. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to read just the one called My Vagina. I'm glad you came out to chat with my vagina today because my vagina sure has a few things she'd like to say. So sit your asses back in them hard-ass chairs. Don't even get up to go to the bathroom. You better not dare. Now, folks, when I was very young, right around the time I started to talk, I noticed the difference I had with a shark. I had a wee-wee, not the magnificent vagina that I thought. What happened? Did God change his mind as an afterthought? Granted, when I was in diapers, I was way too young for my awareness of what I had to make me feel this awful or bad. Then you know what, folks? I got downright mad. So I ran to my mother and I was going to beg her to explain just how I got attached to this god-awful thing. Mama, why do I have an outie and not an innie? I exclaimed. Oh, how I wish you could have just seen the expression on my mama's face of shock and dismay. At first, she just didn't know what to say. Then the expression on her face turned to one of great shame. Then she said, only girls have vaginas, now go out and play. This left me perplexed and more than a little vexed because my mother pretty much told me I was trapped with what I have. Now, even though this confused the hell out of me, I still sat down when I peed. It felt more natural to me. But, it wasn't too long after that I discovered my own special spot. And it had a sign in big bold letters saying, made for things going both in and out. So began the journey for my newfound vagina in me. You see, then my vagina started to explore the world, from the highest heights of the sky to the lowest depths of the sea. Now hold on while I untangle this seaweed. My vagina has at times gotten the best of me. I pray you never have to go through what my vagina has done to me. You see, my vagina purrs when she's petted and roars when she's ignored. My vagina is like the cold winter breeze. It'll put your hair on stand and put the quake in your knees. My vagina is known from shore to shore, and those that have experienced my vagina have always craved for more. My vagina has in times been gift wrapped and delivered by certified mail. Inside the package, the card says, use while fresh, don't let me go stale. My vagina has a gray hair or two. Nah, I'm wrong. After the recount, there appears to be quite a few. Now, you should know how frustrating this whole gray hair on the vagina thing is for me. Can't dye them, can't hide them. Just gotta let them be. So that they're for the whole world to see. You know the expression, you gotta pay to play? Well, with my vagina, it's just not that way. Huh? Hold on a minute, y'all. Well, let me tell you what my vagina just whispered to me. She said, you may not have to pay to play, but you're gonna make her feel special in some sort of way. She said you have to fine, wine, and dine her if you want her to obey. Now see, I should have told you, I have a vagina that belongs on display. My vagina is just too damn much. It's sensitive to the slightest damn touch. Now saying that doesn't mean my vagina is too much to bear. It means approach my vagina with great care. Because if a man ain't packing down there, then my vagina won't even acknowledge you're in there. Have any of you ever heard a vagina laugh? Well, believe it or not, mine has. Now the reason for my laughing twat is when a man brags about what he's got by saying it's the size of a third leg, but he whips out something the size of a gherkin instead. My vagina has been entered by force. Thank God my vagina recovered with time, but those events stay stamped in the deepest recesses of my mind. My vagina still has its bite, or so I've been told. As the state of being, my vagina is still whole. My vagina has survived the passage of time, and I still don't know anybody's vagina that's got as much vim and vigor as mine. Even though my vagina is almost a half-century old, +1, she holds the title of cougar. She's strong, she's bold. My vagina has been shut down for renovations due to stipulations for the past 6 years. Ain't that some shit? Now I just can't figure this whole vagina shutdown mess out because I've always loved what a man's got. It took a little time, but I finally realized that I should have never ignored the things my vagina might have wanted to explore, as if I wanted my vagina to truly be adored. Now the ramping has been done, the revamping has been done, and my vagina's engines are starting to run. Look out, world, here I come. My vagina's ready, but she doesn't want a quickie, she wants a steady. So whenever one of you young bucks thinks he's ready to holler at my vagina, she's not ready, she's not only ready, she's able. Remember, she's a cougar, a platinum one at that. She loves to play with her toys, be it this one or that. So come on, fellas, provide yourself as toys for my vagina. My deep essence, my ramped up twat, or should I say my pussy cot, by Phoenix Russell.
And so I was at this event called Liar, Queer Memoir. Anyone ever go to Queer Memoir? Some people have. And so the theme was talking about lies that we've told, or lies that other people told our lives. And so I think for me, one lie that I used to tell, that maybe all of us have told at some point, is in a world of It Gets Better project, and in a world of, especially I've done a lot of youth work where I hear people say, well, who would choose to be queer? Or who would choose to be trans? Or who would be gay in this world and in this climate? And I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, who wouldn't? Like, of all the things in the world, like being queer and being trans and being gay are probably the best things about my life. Like, what else would I choose to be? So this is a list of 13 things about why queer is the best thing that's ever happened and why more people should choose to be queer. So number 1, queers are clearly all made of glitter. We have much better outfits. There were so many times in my life where someone said, you know, in order to be straight, you know, you just need some good dick. Like, if you just had some good dick, Mason, you wouldn't be queer anymore. You'd be straight as an arrow. And so what I want to say to those people is, I've had lots of good dick in my life. It just did not happen to come on straight cisgender men, and I usually bought it at the store. But yes, I do know there's good dick out there. Thank you. 4, I've noticed sometimes, and maybe this is just me, a lot of my straight friends, God bless them in the world, sometimes they hit 30. And 30 seems like this milestone for them, like they just never going to get over. It's like this hump, you know, and they just kind of give up on life. They look a little haggard. And, but queers, we get to emerge as beautiful butterflies. And at 45, that's what we want to do. Number 5, just brunch. 6, there have been so many times in my life where I've just been watching people walk down the street. I see a fine, sexy, androgynous person, and I'm like, yes! I only have one other person on the street to compete with. Number 7, we get to have haircuts that express our feelings. Sort of like mood rings for our face. 8, instead of having to cook every time we have a dinner party, we just get to have potlucks. Makes it a lot simpler, less cleanup. And 9, whereas straight folks will pay thousands of dollars a month for a studio to live in Manhattan, I can choose to live in a co-op and live with 15 of my closest friends. I don't know how I feel about that one just yet. Queers will never be lonely because in tough times we will always have a cat. 11, I had a straight female friend turn to me a few weeks ago and say, you know, Mason, if only your body parts were different, and then I think we could totally be soulmates. And so I said to her, in all of her wonderful glory, thank you so much for the offer, but there is nothing sexy to me about fucking a straight woman that has no idea what to do with her body parts, but thank you. 12, straight people cheat in their monogamous relationships while queers just get to be poly. And 13, last thing, very important. While straight folks are stuck with whatever family they were born into, we queers get to choose a part of the most amazing communities and reimagined families that we want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Oh, this is on a sweet note. That's sweet. Okay.
Come here, while she, meaning my vagina, or should I say pussy, done calm down some. Let me tell you some of the awful things my vagina, my pussy has said to men and even women at times. She done said shit like, you gotta provide for this vagina. You better not deny this vagina.
Okay.
Don't you dare cry over this vagina. Don't deny this vagina. Don't you lie to this vagina. What the hell you mean I gotta shave my vagina? Don't you know that shit itch? You gotta play with this vagina. Don't delay when it comes to this vagina. Don't take all day when it comes to this vagina. This vagina has special places she likes to be rubbed. Now you gotta make this vagina a member of the Mile High Club. Then the heifer will want to switch up and be called a pussy. Then she starts ranting on and on about, you gotta please this pussy. You gotta believe in this pussy. Come on and breathe on this pussy. Hey, purchase some toys for this pussy. Be good to this pussy. You ain't sticking that thing in this pussy. Don't misuse this pussy. And while you're at it, don't confuse this pussy. Then the dual personality thing wants to be called a vagina again. Then it's back to her going on and on about what the vagina wants and don't want. There are times when you're gonna have to bribe this pussy. Never try to jive this vagina. Your bare breath ain't gonna get near this vagina. Let's be clear about this vagina. Don't worry, don't forget to say goodbye to this vagina. Be kind to this vagina. Then pussy reemerges and puts her 2 cents in. Pussy, pussy, pussy. Miss Puss, 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 Pussy. You gotta supply this pussy. Men are dying to get up in this pussy. Men have left their wives for this pussy. Women have hired private eyes on this pussy. This pussy has been outlawed in 48 states, and the other 2 are where the men all now populate. Be creative with this pussy. It's about this time the vagina starts to reawaken and force her way out to be heard. But I'm tired of hearing them both go on and on, so I wake the fella up lying next to me and above. I said, shut these bitches up and give them some of that good stuff. Bye, Franny's Russell.
I'm laughing because they laughed when I said the title of the book, but so I came to New York for a job I thought I wanted really badly. Yes. And then I realized, I'm like, God, here I was like, I don't actually want to do this job. This is not what I want to do in the world, and I don't actually want to be behind a desk ever in life. Dear God, help me. And so what happens is, like, when you're already at a place where you're not superly like excited about what it's not a good fit for you, and then you have all this stuff happen, you know, it's a little bit extra trauma. And so after about 6 weeks after my dad died, I got my unemployment papers. I was like, okay. So I'm no longer at this job, so I got fired. That's which where the title of the book comes from, so then I got fired. You know, and so this is a haiku to my former employer. I'm not, I read haikus, no. Okay. Everyone ready for this? Yes. Everyone like haikus? Yes. Oh my God, good. And if you want the full poem on this, you gotta read the chapbook, okay? So that's the promise, okay. To my employer. Fuck your job, I'm a poet! I'm going back to bed.
I love it! Yes! Yes! That's what I'm talking about.
So this poem is called Gender Bunny. Okay, and it's subtitled because a man on the train thinks it's appropriate to start conversations with, oh, I thought you were a guy at first. I mean, it's like, yes, actually, we can talk about that. That was a 2-hour train ride, I should also mention. That was very long and awkward pauses. Okay. Wait, now I gotta get my shit together, okay. I am the Gender Bunny. And I know you never heard of me. It's a newer position, really. See, there's the Playboy Bunny, that chocolate Easter Bunny hack, and then there's me. The heartbreaker, the deceiver, the trickster of all things gender-specific. In the distance there, you think you've just found a bio boy on whom to place your heteronormative affections? Aha! You've been gender bunnied. And you should know that I deal exclusively with pants. And I know you like pants, who doesn't? Long pants, short pants, pants, corduroys, clam diggers, bell bottoms, skinny jeans, leather pleather, pleated business, black red, purple feather embossed. It seems my entire life you have been obsessed with pants. And you want to know what's in them. You want to know if it's long, strong, idiotic, Georgia O'Keeffe or George Michael, plastic, bombastic, flesh or silicone. You don't care. You just want to know all about it. And that's what gender bunnies are for. That's why you ask about my pants when I'm dropping trout in the restroom. Sometimes with a gasp and a clutch of pearls. You ask when I'm catching the bus on my way to my gender bunny assignments for the day. Sometimes when I'm just sitting around eating a carrot on my midday lunch break or making perfect little pink or blue ribbon gender baskets for someone's more easily identifiable binary appropriate offspring pants are very important to you. It's almost like you made them yourself. Like every fashion choice I make was somehow constructed by you personally, so you want to make sure everything is working appropriately. I appreciate that. Sometimes I pretend I don't hear you wondering about my pants when you're yelling at me down a street corner or asking what my real name is. I'm just playing hard to get. And the more angry you get, the closer you are to finding out. See, tooth fairies are fueled by the dreams of children, but gender bunnies are fueled by the incessant anger of strangers. It's true. It's how we know you believe in our powers of transformation. Sometimes it's even better if you guess. If you guess right the first time, we'll grant you 3 wishes. And I'll even hand over my social security card and IRS statement so you can make sure that you are tracking down the exact right gender bunny to fulfill all your reasonable gender commands. Don't worry if I ever seem like I'm being a little short or curt when you're asking about the detailed definitions of my genitalia's makeup. I could never be offended because I know you do the same thing for me. In fact, I think we should stop even greeting each other with simple hellos anymore. We have just simply evolved as a society way beyond that. Whenever we meet a new person, we should really be exchanging Polaroid pictures of our genitals, just to make sure we know who we're all really talking to. And see, it's ideas like that that got me promoted to gender bunny status. I have so many more racing up through here that just need more believers like you. So if you believe in the gender bunnies of the world, keep asking inappropriate questions at inopportune times, keep mispronouncing, and be prepared to expose your genitals. Thank you.
So I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. I want to just give a big, huge round of applause again to Phoenix. And to Jalen, who also came to show us. J Mase. We're here to support Black trans folks and our experiences and our truths, and that means the world to me as a Black trans person.